Alright, I am back with another Destiny 2 video. TWABs are sort of hit or miss these days. You never know if there's going to be enough information to actually cover them. There has been lately, but I've missed a couple. This one sounds a little more interesting because there's at least one point that I think is going to be pretty significant. All right, this week they had the new Final Shape trailer, which is quite good, I would say. I think it's better than the first one. It shows off the Prismatic subclass and the new Dread enemies with a solid Cade voiceover where he's not making jokes, which is nice. They did a little feature on these two Strand dudes. And, oh, they did a Husk one, too. Oh, they did? Okay, I haven't watched all these yet. But desktop wallpapers, this shot, I used this as a thumbnail or a lead image, and it's really good. I got to save some of these. I'll probably use one of these as my thumbnail. Mobile wallpapers. Okay. This is the important part. How power works in the final shape. Fireteam Power was announced at the Destiny 2 Showcase 2023, but we've got a lot more coming with the final shape when it comes to improving how power works in Destiny 2. We've revised our power systems and overhauled our UI to make power more intuitive and approachable than ever before. You'll find a whole bunch of changes detailed below, all made with the following goals in mind. Power offers a meaningful progression that rewards players with a real sense of getting stronger. Destiny 2 is a game you can always play with your friends regardless of your power level. Lower the barrier to entry for Destiny 2 story content. Power should be intuitive and understandable both for experienced and new players alike. Fireteam Power. In the final shape, playing with friends will be easier than ever, no matter if you play every day, haven't played in years, or trying Destiny 2 for the first time. The player with the highest power level in the fire team will become the power leader, and all the other players in the fire team will be brought up to 5 power below the power leader, if their power isn't already higher. Fireteam power only affects, wouldn't that make them the power leader? Okay. Power only affects activity difficulty, and your unadjusted power level will still determine the power of your rewards. Being a power leader will also give you a boost to any commendations earned at the end of an activity. Gotta get those commendation boosts. Okay, your power level will be displayed next to the activity power cap right by the launch button. Jesus, 2005 power. We're breaking 2000 power. Nice. Right by the launch button so you can easily determine how difficult the activity will feel. Well, that seems pretty fucking difficult. Okay. When the power is increased by Fireteam Power, your adjusted power will take its place. Here, this person's a power leader and boosting to 995. Oh, okay, so that's hard. With Fireteam Power, friends should always be able to play together regardless of power level. Yeah, I heard about this. I got a text about this before I even read this from my friend. He's like, I'm taking Kindled Orchid and Mindbenders into Final Shape. One problem we encountered when designing Fireteam Power was power limits found on older gear items. You may have noticed as you read about Fireteam Power that the adjusted power shared by the power leader would sidestep the caps on old power limit items, making it possible to ignore them. Yeah. After thoroughly considering the problem space, we came to the decision to remove power limits from all items starting in the final shape. They're unvaulting everything. Everything. Always being able to play with your friends was a huge goal for us. As we close out the Light and Darkness saga, we want to rally all Guardians, active, returning, and new, to help fight the Witness. And there was no better way to play Destiny than with your fire team. As we pursued this goal, it became power limits were fundamentally incompatible with Fireteam Power. We understand that many old power items have been dismantled by this point, and we regret we have no recovery mechanism for these. Going forward, we intend to reintroduce sources for most or all of these updated to modern Destiny sandbox standards with added properties such as origin traits and build crafting perks. Most or all of these? That's a lot of freaking weapons, man. Like we talked about, like ones they should bring back, but there are a lot of like Sunset weapons. As we started with Brave, yeah, okay. So they are doing more of these. I tease this. I've heard that a lot of the weapons on that list, at least, a good chunk of them are coming back to the game soon, some with the final shape and some the season after. Some of those very specific weapons, those ones I listed, so I'm not going to spoil it. I don't see a reason to spoil it, so I don't know. Just look out for that. I think it'll be good. We did spot Perfect Paradox in the literal trailer, so I don't think that one's a spoiler. I think it was a Titan holding Perfect Paradox. So if that's any indication, yeah, you can extrapolate from there. And like this is, I don't think this matters. Like in some ways, this is like the end of an era because you were just unsunsetting things when probably should have never done that in the first place, as I think we understand at this point. But the thing is like, it doesn't really matter because everything has been so power crept at this point, and like the most problematic things got nerfed a long time ago, like OG Recluse and Revoker and stuff like that. Like, I don't think it matters. In PvP, it's already, power hasn't existed in a while, but like, I think they consider this and realize that like it just wouldn't create the problems they thought it would create before. And how so many people have sharded like almost everything. I've kept very, very few things. I am happy about the things I have kept, like Bygones, like Breachlight, some of my old favorites there, even if they are really outclassed at this point by other weapons. None of them have subclass synergy, obviously. Like, so I don't think it matters, but it is nice, to have this. I think it's a nice thing to do. Again, should not have happened in the first place, but here we are. It really seems like they've sort of taken the limiter off on like, hey, we can just do everything that everyone's always mad about and telling us to do. And like, they're just doing everything, which is very nice, I'd say. Power bands. We're improving power bands to further lower the barrier to entry. In the final shape, the soft cap will only require 40 power to reach, down from the usual 150. Oh, wow. Okay. Good. That's one. There's no reason to do 150. That's way too much. This change should allow new lights enough time to get familiar with the core of Destiny's gear power system before stepping into the broader game without holding them back. You can also easily achieve the soft cap by playing through either difficulty of the final shape campaign. If you complete the legend, you'll be rewarded with an entire gear set at 1960 power, 20 plus 20 into the powerful band, giving you a great head start toward being raid ready for contest mode, 1965 power. Resulting power bands will be Power Floor 1900, Soft Cap 1940, Powerful Cap 1990, Hard Pinnacle Cap 2000. So they've resisted increasing power for like a year, and now they're doing it. I don't know. I mean, it's an expansion. What are you going to do? They're going to do it. Activity power. Beginning with the final shape, the power levels of activities will become much easier to understand. We're also making it so players can enjoy Destiny 2's story and free roam content at any level. Activities will be divided into two categories, power disabled and power enabled. Power disabled activities play the same for everyone, no matter their power level. Anyone at any level can jump in right now and experience them to their fullest. As such, increasing your power won't change the difficulty you experience, and you can't overlevel the enemies in these activities. Power disabled activities include campaigns, both normal and legendary. So that doesn't mean like you're at power, it's just everybody's at minus 10 or whatever it is for legendary, minus 15. Seasonal story missions, free roam destinations, Crucible, and some legacy content. Power-enabled activities by comparison are where you grow stronger by improving your power. These each have an activity power cap or a power level at which you have achieved maximum effectiveness. We've improved our UI to show exactly what these power caps are and if you've achieved them. Enemies will have a set feel for how tough they are, even at the cap, but you will notice yourself getting stronger as your power level grows. Power-enabled activities include Vanguard playlists, Nightfall, seasonal activities, exotic missions, trials, raids, and dungeons. Oh, so it's like a little quest. Activity power cap reached, 1945. Combatant difficulty, 2 out of 4. Maximize your loadouts, build, and teamwork to succeed. What is 4? Like, get sweaty, bitches. What's it gonna say? Okay. Illicit. Okay. All right. So this is as it goes up over time. And so like GMs tie it all together and demonstrate true mastery to overcome pinnacle challenges in Destiny 2. I love these descriptions. Optimize your execution, leveraging the skills built by engaging with other tiers of difficulty. I appreciate what they're trying to do here. I don't know. These are well, it's good to explain things like contest mode. A unique limited time challenge where each raider will have to demonstrate their gameplay. Fireteam Power not apply. All right, whatever. I think it's better in the current system anyway. It's worth calling out that gameplay tuning in our existing high difficulty content remains unchanged. We are continuing to experiment with new activities that evolve in difficulty through the run, such as deep dives, coil, and onslaught. We look forward to continue to explore ways to make difficult activities engaging and rewarding to conquer while making your ongoing power climb feel meaningful and important. The way you earn bonus power from the seasonal artifact is staying the same at its core, but we've rebalanced it to offer meaningful and rewarding progression given the other upcoming changes. Well, with the additional time offered by each episode, we've increased the number of weeks to seasonal challenges, and they will also be receiving a buff to their XP rewards. Given this, we needed to make some adjustments to the XP requirements for artifact bonus power levels. Our goals for the rebalance were that actively engaged players could attain similar artifact levels achieved by the end of an episode, and that artifact power remains a rewarding pursuit throughout. Sure, okay. AccountWide Power. Here we go. This is the one I saw that I'm probably the most happy about. Titan, Hunter, and Warlock. Most of us primarily play just one, but what if it didn't have to be so hard to walk in a different classes, Greaves, Strides, Boots? We're also lowering the barrier to entry to play multiple classes by introducing account-wide power. Starting in the final shape, the gear rewards you earn on any character will drop with a power level relative to the highest power character on your account. Level up the power of your Hunter, and then when you switch your Titan or Warlock, the gear rewards you earn will be around your Hunter's level. The exact power of rewards will still depend on the source, but the power you can earn on one character will positively influence rewards you find on your other characters. Because cross-character power progression is now intrinsic to the game, power boosts are no longer offered for sale. Campaign skips will still be available. These changes aim to make switching between characters and classes easier than before. So try something new and put on that Mark Cloak Bond for the first time. This is honestly, I'm not exaggerating. I think this is one of the best changes they've ever made. I'm not even kidding. Like, the whole reason we sort of have this, like, oh, what's your main, like, Titans suck, Hunters suck, like, the thing is because people just don't have time to, like, grind out 3 different classes all the time. That used to be even more true when you were doing, like, new power caps every season, every expansion. Like, you wouldn't have time to keep up with everything. Like, oh, okay, I'm going to grind up this, and then I can transfer my high-level weapons over, and that gives me a little boost, and, like, it's still just a giant pain in the ass. But, like, you were experiencing just, like, you're missing so much of Destiny 2 if you were only playing one class. Like, yeah, I play my Warlock more than other classes, but they're all, I mean, they're really close. They're probably within, like, 10% playtime of each other. And they're just so, you know, unique in their play styles, and, like, they have all these different stuff. Like, there are people who have never played with these other classes, like, ever, or if they have not, like, gotten to play, you know, endgame meaningful content with them, and it's missing just enormous parts of the game. And it kind of sucks for Bungie to put all this work in all these different classes to have people just pick one and then never do any of the other ones. Obviously, you know, you may still have a main, but it's so much harder in Destiny than I would say a lot of other games to kind of do multi-classes, to experiment with new classes. And now that they're really kind of eliminating that barrier. And yeah, you'd still have to go through, you know, a lot of the quest lines and stuff on different characters, but, like, this is such a huge change to me. And I think the ability to experiment with different classes rather than just committing to one at the start, which is why I think there's so many Hunters. I swear to God, I think there's so many Hunters. A, because of capes, people like capes, and B, because of the double, triple jump is just more intuitive when you're first starting Destiny than Titan or Warlock. I swear to God, that's the reason Hunters are dominant in player count. I'm really happy about this. I think maybe the hardest core people who are listening to this video may have probably dipped into other classes if they don't have 3 already, but I think this is a fantastic change. It's still kind of a pain in the ass to unlock some stuff, like all the aspects and fragments for things. I think did they make all of those glimmer now? I'm pretty sure, but it's also kind of additional reasons to buy the darkness expansions to get Stasis and Strand, because now you're not just getting it on your main, you're getting it on 3 classes. So I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but, like, it's sort of an added bonus. I think this is an incredible change, one of the best changes I think they've ever done, honestly. Like, we really got this and weapon unsunsetting in one thing. Reward power. Finally, we're making some improvements to the power of rewards. For some time now, select activities such as ritual playlists have had a chance of dropping a powerful reward with a +1 power for players between the soft and powerful cap. In the final shape, we're extending this beyond those select activities to just about every reward source in Destiny 2. This change will help players gradually reach the powerful cap no matter what they choose to play, so you aren't limited to just the weekly powerful rewards. Additionally, we are improving the power of rewards you purchase from vendors and collections. All items purchased from vendors will now drop no lower than 3 below your highest possible power, and items from collection will be 5 below instead of all the way down to the power 4. That's so good. It's so annoying to, like, delete your exotics for vault space and then have to, like, pull them out and then find something to infuse into that. Like, that process is so annoying. I will say the one thing it seems that they haven't committed to yet is slot power. Everyone always talked about slot power when it came to, you know, finding drops for specific slots. Like, once you got one everything would drop, you know, at that level. The way armor works now, I don't think that's as big of a deal as it used to be, because you used to have to rank up a lot more armor sets than you do now. Now you need like 2. So it's not as big of a deal. So I get why they're not changing that. All right, it's ready to battle the Pantheon. They're going to, oh, they already did some details about this. These are the teams for this, and yeah, well, you can read more about that there. The main stuff is the power gains. Oh, I guess there's a new, is this a new mode? I think. No abilities, weapons only. Next week, Crucible Labs will feature hardware supremacy. The hardware modifier disables all abilities, including movement abilities like dodge and Icarus Dash, though you can use your power jump abilities, and puts the focus on gunplay. I wondered if they'd ever go full no abilities. Collects heavy and special ammo from crates. Don't forget to pick up those crests. As with all labs, we'll be paying close attention to how this modifier is received, so try it and give us feedback. It's Halo. They're doing the Halo modifier, kind of, with a lot more guns to choose from. This is new, right? I think this is new. Yeah, I'm curious how that'll be received, because like they already made like Checkmate where they really scaled abilities back, but now, hey, no abilities, screw it. All right, Iron Banner. You can do the dog. I'm pretty sure the whole reason they had this quest is so they could plug this dog, Stuffy. Sorry, I have a kid now, so I call stuffed animals Stuffies. Maybe I'll get this for Noah, actually. That's not a bad idea. Oh, they got the dad market now. Jeez, they know what they're doing. Oh, that quest, by the way, also gives you 10 Brave tokens per character. So now with our cool 3 characters we can do, you can get 30 Brave tokens, and it takes like 2 minutes a quest. Okay, so that was a really, really good update on power. Really significant things. Unsunsetting all the weapons, activity-wide power. I don't think we can understate how, especially account-wide power. Like, unsunsetting things is like fixing a mistake and like, you know, getting some cool stuff back, but like, again, everything's pretty power crept, so it's sort of just a nostalgia factor at this point because it happened really late. The account-wide power is a huge deal. I highly, highly suggest you make 1 character of each class for the final shape and go nuts with them. Like, you can use your main to go through the main campaign, but like now that you don't have to grind for power, I would definitely invest some time in using those. Just if it's Cause of Glimmer now, just buy all their shit from Ikora, and trust me, you are missing out on huge chunks of the game if you do not play all the classes here. There's only 3 classes. In other games, there's like 5-10 classes, so it's, you know, you don't have to like grind out everything on each of them, but I think it is very important and fun to learn all 3. Anyway, great TWAB, great stuff, and back to my new Game Plus playthrough of Stellar Blade. All right, maybe I'll do another video about that tomorrow. I got to do all my tips, articles, and things now. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.